Right, welcome to Twisted Locker, your definitive horror podcast. Today we're going to be talking about the best vampire movies ever made. What have you got for me, Jenks?
All right, so just to get us clear, we're not including any TV shows. We'll save that for another video because we've got a few others. Because I have got a favourite vampire thing overall, but I'm not going to use that today. So first
Vampire Diaries?
You ruined the twist now at the end. Right? So my one of my picks, not my top one. One of my picks is What We Do in the Shadows, directed by Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement. One of the best comedies ever made. I was debating whether to put this on my list because it's a full-on comedy. I was kind of looking for scary vampire stuff, classics, but it's just fucking awesome. It is one of the best vampire films ever, one of the funniest films ever. It's spot on having these old-fashioned vampires, like from Interview with the Vampire, put them in the real modern world. And it's just absolutely spot on. One of the greatest mockumentaries I ever seen. Genuinely, I've never recommended to somebody that hasn't loved it. And the TV show's awesome as well.
Definitely, love the TV show as well. Jegs, more than worthy to be on the pick. I don't care if it's more of a comedy. It's got horror elements, and fantastic film. It's definitely one of my most watched films. It's something I go back to a lot. It's
amazing.
It's just it doesn't miss the mark.
Isn't it a shame though that Taika Waititi made Thor: Love and Fucking Thunder? Have you seen that film?
We said we wouldn't talk about this, Jenks. You promised me you wouldn't mention that film.
It's one of the worst films ever. Anyway, it's not a type of list. It's a nice list. It's films we love. Right, what's our next one?
Well, you've put me off now. Right, my first pick is not only one of the best vampire movies ever made, but one of the greatest horror movies ever made. Is the classic Fright Night. By far the best killer next door movie. Burbs is close, but Fright Night takes the top spot. Just as iconic as they come when you're talking about 80s horror films. Everything about that film I love. Jerry Dandridge has got to be one of the most charming but also menacing at the same time vampires ever made. It's just an absolute class film, one I go back to a lot. I also like the remake as well. The remakes, as far as remakes go, it's a pretty solid remake.
We saw that together.
I remember, for my 18th birthday, the day after, I was extremely hungover, had a quick puke in the bogs, and then when I watched Fright Night.
You're a puker. There's no debate.
Proper puker. Fright Night has to be my first pick. Jenks, got anything else for me?
Okay. This was about my top spot, but I couldn't not give what I'd give my top spot. So this is one of my picks. I love it. It's not perfect, far from fucking perfect, but it is awesome. Yeah. And the more you watch it, the better it is. I Am Legend, 2007 version. I fucking love it. I'm a massive fan of the writer, Richard Matheson. I tend to watch films that I love, and then I'll go to the book. I don't tend to do the other way around. And I loved the film so much, but it wasn't quite perfect, especially it was too much CGI vampires. But Will Smith's performance is absolutely spot on. And if it wasn't a horror, he should have had an Oscar. Yeah, he might slap the host across the face. Oh, wow! But he is an awesome actor. He might be in some shit films, but I've never seen him put a bad performance in. That's genuine. I couldn't tell you one film where he's phoned it in. And this, when he has to kill his own dog, and you don't even see the dog, right? It's so powerful. You just see his face and the tension. He's squeezing the dog, and you know what's happening. You don't need to see the dog. It's fantastic, and the tension is amazing. Now, I'm going to sound like a book snob, but I'm not a book snob. I love movies. The book is better and more disturbing. I understand why they went for fast, scary vampires. They had to be a bit more fast Hollywood, quick. But the book is more sinister. Have you read the book?
No, but you've told me a lot about it, yeah.
Yeah, so in the book, one of the main differences of the vampires is that they know where he lives and they come there every night. and they're not as aggressive. They're a bit more human-like, and they're just calling his name like Robert, and he just covers his ears every night. That to me would be so much better for the film.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but I loved it, and I'm a big fan of it. Yes, I don't like the ending, but there's enough of it to warrant it as one of the best vampire films ever. What's your last pick before a top one, then, Kurt?
Yeah, my next pick has to be one of the coolest movies ever made, and by far one of my favourite movies of all time. It has to be From Dusk Till Dawn. My favourite duo of all time, Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino.
Awesome.
It is just the coolest movie ever made. It's one I absolutely adore. Showed it to you a few weeks back, Jenks, when you came up. First time you'd seen it, actually. I can't believe you've never seen it.
I watched it when you were this high, boy. Yeah?
Introducing you to great films, Jenks. I'm good like that.
I love that film.
Yeah, everything about that film makes me happy. It's got the coolest cast in the world. You got Harvey Keitel, Quentin Tarantino, Tom Savini, Fred Williamson.
Yeah.
Greg Nicotero pops up in one as well while he was Tom Savini's protege. Yeah.
Is he?
Greg Nicotero, when Sex Machine Tom Savini's at the table and he shows his gun off, Greg Nicotero's the one with the whip that takes his bottle from him.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah, very
awesome.
young, very long hair, like. But Greg Nicotero's also in Day of the Dead as well. He was proper Tom Savini's protege, so he did everything with him.
I knew that, but I didn't know he was in Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, but find me a film, right? Find me any film ever that's more quotable than From Dusk Till Dawn. And for me, that's a massive aspect in a film, is if it's quotable, it's got really cool, slick lines. Everything about it is amazing. I just love that film.
And also, there aren't a lot of films where the titty twister. There's a lot of clubs in films, and you can't remember the name. That is so memorable. It's fucking awesome.
It always sticks, and you can't forget Salma Hayek's fantastic dance scene. Did you know, right? She turned the role down initially because she has like a crippling phobia of snakes. And Robert Rodriguez teased her and said that the part was offered to Madonna and she's thinking of accepting it. So she went into therapy for 3 months to get over her fear of snakes so she could take the part. And she did a cracking job. Yeah.
I would argue that dancing scene is the sexiest scene has ever been on film. Not only is she the most perfect body, but it's just that everything about that scene is just mind blowing.
It's mesmerizing, and I guarantee you, right? Where they're on set, right, and Salma Hayek turns up, and Tarantino's in the back room changing the script to have her foot in his mouth. I guarantee you.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah,
but that's where it all stemmed from. I reckon that's where his foot fetish started.
He definitely got a foot fetish. Yeah,
100%.
Wouldn't be my feet though. No.
Right then, Jenks. What have we got? What's your top pick?
Okay, it's a bit of an obvious one. It's not like anything different. It's going to be the best vampire film ever, easily. Lost Boys, Joe Schumacher's masterpiece. Somehow that guy also made Batman and Robin. Fuck knows what happened there. But this guy, it's such a good film. It's the characters, soundtrack is probably the best soundtrack ever in any film. When I was a kid, I always wanted to be Corey Haim with his hair, his long jacket. Frog Brothers are cool, but I don't know. I just always thought that Corey Haim was the best character. I love the vampire lore in it. I love the setting, the sort of seaside town. It is an absolute vampire masterpiece. What's yours, Kurt?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you, Jegs. Lost Boys.
Lost Boys 2.
Lost Boys 3, actually.
And
Lost Boys. Lost Boys. Close with From Dusk Till Dawn, but it is the greatest vampire movie ever made. Yeah. And lucky enough, I get the honour of watching Lost Boys with Jason Patrick himself, followed by a performance by the almighty and great Tim Capello and his saxophone. Yeah, which is great.
So what do you mean? It's like a Comic-Con thing.
Yeah. So they got the opening party. It's going to be Lost Boys with Jason Patrick. He'll do a Q&A afterwards.
Yeah.
And then they've got an after party then where Tim Capello will be performing.
Oiled
Great.
up.
Oiled up. Still in great shape.
Is he still in great shape? He's got to be about 70, you know?
Yeah. There we go then, guys. That's all we got time for today. Just remember, if you enjoyed the video, leave a comment, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.